Hey, what going on, everybody? It's about the Travelingmacco, and this is Rockford Travels, where we check out a new place every month. Today we're going to check out the Nicholas Conservatory, where they have a lot of tropical stuff. Feels really like home. And we're also going to check out the butterfly exhibit that they have. We're going to be talking to a special lady down here. So just check out the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to share it. Don't forget to like the page. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as usual, peace.
So I'm Lindy Toohill, and I'm the Manager of Education Programs here at the Nicholas Conservatory. So right now we have our butterfly exhibit going on through June 2nd. So you can actually walk through our butterfly house, which is just covered in butterflies, a couple hundred different butterflies, usually about 30 to 40 different species as well. So we have a mixture of native butterflies as well as exotic butterflies. So we do have, everyone loves the monarchs and painted ladies that are native to here. We also get a lot of butterflies from Costa Rica that are native to Central and South America, so you see a lot of these big blue morphos, a lot of really cool swallowtails, so there's always something new and interesting coming. We get about 2 shipments a week of butterfly chrysalis, so we actually are getting new species in all the time. So it's constantly changing. If you were to have been here 2 weeks ago, it would be different than it would be today. Some butterflies do migrate. People ask that a lot because of the monarch butterflies, which do migrate, which is it's actually one of the world's largest migrations. So the monarch butterflies are actually migrating back north right now, so they're kind of in that Texas, southern United States area, coming back to here. Our butterflies here don't migrate at all. We actually have a permit from the USDA to be able to have the exotic species here. So our butterflies exclusively live here at the conservatory. The life cycle of a butterfly, they start off as a little egg. There's an egg for a couple days, about a week maybe, and then they hatch out into a caterpillar, and that's when they do that's where they spend most of their life really, which people don't realize. So they're spending a couple weeks just eating, and they usually start out almost like the size of a grain of rice, and they, by the end of it are as big as like my pinky. And then once they're big enough, or if they run out of food, that's when they create their chrysalis. So that's when they're in their chrysalis, that's when the whole big transformation happens, the metamorphosis into a butterfly, it all happens there. And usually most species are in their chrysalis from anywhere from like 2 to 4 weeks before they emerge as a butterfly. Some of our native species actually overwinter in their chrysalis. So if you're like raking up leaves or something in your yard, you might find a chrysalis or a moth cocoon in there. So that's usually why I try and leave my leaves, because you never know, you might have a butterfly sit in there. So then once they become an adult butterfly, that's when their whole prerogative is to just find a mate and lay eggs, and then the whole cycle starts over again. So once they're an adult butterfly, it's about 2 weeks for most species. So that's really the end of their life. They spend most of their life as a caterpillar for the most part. So once they're the big beautiful butterfly, life's pretty short. It's all just about mating and laying eggs at that point. Some butterflies do live longer. Some of our long-winged species can actually, along with nectar, eat pollen, and so that helps them live a little bit longer, so it might be closer to 4 to 6 weeks. Some species will actually last quite a bit longer, like the monarchs at the end of the season will actually live longer in order to make the migration, so it does vary. Butterflies are important. They are a pollinator, so that's a big thing right now. Everyone's really kind of starting to realize what a big deal pollinators are, like bees. Butterflies are a pollinator as well. So that's really important to, getting apples on your apple trees and tomatoes on your tomato plants, and that all happens because of insects and wind and everything else that's helping to pollinate those flowers. This is a thing that people don't realize too, is they're also really important to the ecosystem in that other things like to eat them. So it's kind of sad, but it's part of the circle of life. So caterpillars this time of year are really important to a lot of bird species. So like right now I have a robin at my house that I've been watching, and she's back and forth constantly feeding her little babies every hour or something. So the baby birds don't eat bird seed or anything else. They pretty much exclusively eat meat. They need lots of protein in order to grow, so that's why you see so many birds out, getting worms and things. And so caterpillars are actually a really large part of their diet too. So Generally, it's the flower shape that's really important to butterflies. So all flowers tend to kind of, the way that they're shaped matches a certain pollinator. So some flowers are really shaped so that bees can get in there really well. Other ones, might be for hummingbirds. Butterflies tend to like plants that they can land on really easily. So like if you think of like a zinnia or a coneflower or a daisy or something that they've got a lot of space they can put their feet. Especially if you have like compound flowers too that have like multiple little flowers inside of there. That way they can drink a lot without having to go very far. So when they emerge out of their chrysalis, their wings seem kind of like wet and floppy, and so they will hang upside down and slowly sort of pump blood through their wings, and that's what hardens them up so that they can fly. So usually we let them hang out in there for a couple hours before we release them into the butterfly exhibit. Usually they hold on to their chrysalis when they're drying their wings out, but if they do fall, usually outside they tend to be able to crawl up on some grass and get up onto a tree or something, and there we don't have all of that. So, if you do see one fall, you can't always help them get up onto something they can hang on. Yeah. The color of the wings, generally, it's just kind of like how everything is different. So some butterflies will actually, you'll be able to tell if it's a male or female based on the color of the wings between the same species. So like black swallowtails are like pretty different between male and female. One of them has like a lot more yellow on it, the other one's very blue. So they almost look like totally different species, which is cool. The monarch butterflies, the males actually have an extra spot on the lower wings. So there's some butterflies it's really easy to tell if they're male or female, and other ones that they basically look virtually identical. Some butterflies too will have camouflage or something that will scare predators away with their wings. So in the butterflies exhibit you'll see the blue morphos and our owl butterflies have the big owl eyes on the outside of their wings. So that's kind of one of those like, I'm scary, don't eat me, I'm an owl, don't worry about it, it's fine. So that's kind of fun to look at too.
Thanks for watching the video, and if you're in the Rockford area, you definitely have to check out Nicholas Conservatory. Apart from the butterfly exhibit, they have other exhibits that they put on throughout the year. And yeah, don't forget to leave room in your life for travel and adventure. Don't forget to leave room in your life to check out something new. Take some time out and just go out and explore. Don't forget to like and follow the Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace. See y'all again next time.